Venafi is in the business of providing enterprise, key, and certificate management systems to the world's largest corporations. We target the Global 2000, we have a number of the leading Global 2000, and they use our product to manage their encryption keys, their certificates, and their SSH keys in their enterprise. It provides better operations, better compliance, and better security. So the Venafi technology does a couple of things uniquely. Number one is we interface with all of the HSMs, all of the CAs, all of the management systems. So it gives somebody the ability to control and manage and understand what their entire security estate looks like. So that's kind of unique, one. Number two is we scale up to the largest enterprise. Some of our customers manage hundreds and hundreds of thousands of certificates, for example. And then third is we orchestrate in all different kinds of policies, whether it's different ADs, different corporate structures. We implement or allow companies to implement tremendous variation in policies across their estate. So we just released a new product called Director 6. And Director 6 is built on what we've normally always done, which is manage certificates, but we've announced a new capability, which is to manage SSH keys and to manage symmetric encryption keys as well. So customers always ask us, how are you different from what everybody else does? And actually, nobody else does what we do. Today, our competition is homegrown systems and the current manual systems that people use to manage certificates. Now, the reason we've been so successful is that the number of certificates is growing like crazy, and that creates tremendous management problems for organizations. So they buy our technology to manage all this. We have customers in 5 different market segments, in telecommunications, in finance, insurance, and retail, and in manufacturing. And in almost all cases, we've been incredibly successful because we've either helped customers, one, avoid downtime or improve operational efficiency. Number two is increase their compliance with things like PCI 2.0. And most importantly, number three, is create a more secure environment for their organization. And there have been a number of threats recently that have been realized, like the CA compromise, the Komodo CA compromise, like WikiLeaks, like Stuxnet, which has heightened people's awareness to the threats of having unmanaged certificates and unmanaged encryption keys. So we've been very, very successful with our customers. As we look out into the future, we see the increasing use of certificates, SSH keys, and encryption in general. And encryption is a really critical technology because what it does is it helps prevent against the insider threat. And the firewall used to be a good place at which to stop the bad guys, but as we all now know, most of the times it's an inside job. So to use encryption, it really helps to control that threat. And so as we look out into the future, we see an expanding use of certificates, expanding use of keys, and all these things need to be managed. And if the key becomes the data, and that's the most important thing to understand, is that if you use encryption and you lock encryption with an encryption key, that key then unlocks the data. So that key becomes the moral equivalent and the actual logical equivalent of the data. You lose the key, you lose the data. Somebody gets the key, they get the data.